Seniors, they can't say no, you have nothing.
Here's going to call this city council meeting to order January 10th, 2023. We'll stand and do the flag salute, please. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we got some exciting things to do today. So the first thing on our agenda is, I didn't think this would get me, but it's the retirement of city manager Karen Pettigrew. You have her retirement letter here, and so we're gonna accept your retirement. Thank you. And we know that this transition will take some time. Can we ask you to work with staff for a smooth transition of information and hands off the current projects and pending tasks?
I will.
We acknowledge you're stepping down and handing over your authority as city manager. We thank you for the time that you have dedicated to the city of Boardman. So now that we have taken care of the city manager's retirement, we'll go to the oath of office by the elected councilors. And like I said before, this is a pretty cool thing to do as mayor, to be able to swear in new councilors. And so we'll do that at this time. Got it. So we'll start with the longest, Karen Pettigrew.
I'm gonna lay my city manager's official name tag over here, and I guess I'll have a burning of business cards.
So there's what we're gonna read. So if you raise your right hand, Karen R. Pettigrew.
Yes.
Okay.
Karen R. Pettigrew.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Oregon,
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Oregon
and the ordinances of the city of Boardman.
and the ordinances of the city of Boardman.
To the best of my ability, I will faithfully discharge the duties of the councillor of the city of Boardman during the period for which I was elected, so help me God.
To the best of my ability, I will faithfully discharge the duties of counselor of the city of Boardman during the period for which I was elected, so help me God.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. You get it signed. I'm signed.
Oh, well, I got a sign. Guess you kids came at the right time.
And we need to sign both of them, correct? Yeah. So,
She gets to keep one and the other one I'll take.
and you can keep that one. Do that. Roy Drago.
Congratulations.
Okay. Roy Drago Jr. do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Oregon and the ordinances of the city of Boardman.
I, Roy Drago Jr., do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Oregon and the ordinances of the city of Oregon.
To the best of my ability, I will faithfully discharge the duties of counselor of the city of Boardman during the period for which I was elected, so help me God.
To the best of my ability, I will faithfully discharge the duties of council of the city of Boardman during the period for which I was elected, so help me God.
Thank you. Very much. Isaac. You bet. I, Isaac A. Williams, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Oregon and the ordinances of the city of Boardman.
I, Isaac A. Williams, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Oregon and the ordinances of the city of Boardman.
To the best of my ability, I will faithfully discharge the duties of counselor of the city of Boardman during the period for which I was elected, so help me God.
To the best of my ability, I will faithfully discharge the duties of counselor of the city of Boardman during the period for which I was elected, so help me God.
Congratulations. We'll now go to roll call. We have a full council now and everyone's here. We'll look at the approval of minutes, December 6th, 2022, our regular meeting. Oh. This part, is that what you're telling me?
Roy's waiting for the mic.
Oh, I am sorry.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we accept the minutes from the meeting of December 6th, 2022.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second? Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Guerrero. So we have a prearranged presentation. It's the mayor's presentation to Leslie Pearson. So what we are doing is for counselors or people who have finished their service, we have a little plaque that we give them. Right here to where it's got their nameplate and a little token for a certificate for their service. And so I'd like to thank Leslie for her service and her time. Where's?
Oh, she's here.
Didn't you? You guys let me do that all that time. You didn't tell me.
I've been trying.
I was wondering if it was by choice.
I could have swore I looked. I am so sorry. But here is our certificate of appreciation to you, from the council to you.
I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Yeah. We're letting the mayor get complete. I'm sorry. Yes, I said that on Zoom.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Doing the rest. You really text me. My wife's thinking.
Financial report ending November 2022.
Yes, November is always the exciting month for the city. That's when we receive the majority of the property taxes, which really funds most of our activities for the general fund. That is why the general fund had such a large receipt in revenues for the month. Our biggest expenditure, which that should be the case for a while, is in our capital projects fund, which is housing of the GeoBond water and wastewater projects. So that's why you see almost $700,000 being spent in that fund. Like I said, we'll be seeing that for a while we continue with those projects.
I'll make a motion to approve the,
We don't have to do that.
oh, we don't?
Does anybody have any questions about the financial report? Do we have any discussion about that?
You?
I was wondering about the Banner Bank, down at the bottom, the Banner Bank,
Oh.
485,000.
Yeah, that's just because we are cash basis, so I cut off when the cash actually, either the check is cut or it's deposited. And we do transfers from our LGIP pool account to our Banner Bank, so checks were cut on the 30th, but because of the timing, they have a time cutoff. The money was there till the next business day. But the checks don't go out on the same day that they're cut, because we still have to get both signers, and sometimes that takes a couple of hours or a full day. So there were no negatives at the bank, it's just the paperwork timing.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Is there anybody else that has any discussion or questions about the financial report?
Like in the interest rates.
Yes, they're coming up. And sometimes they increase twice in a month.
All right, we'll go to our public comment section. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to or wishes to have a time for their public comment, wish to speak?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
Corey had to leave, and she left you a message.
All right, thank you, Tori. Yep, we all have her written statement in our packet. So having hearing nothing else about our public comment, we'll go right to our action items. Before we go to that, I noticed that on the agenda, I don't have anything where we need to discuss the pro tem city manager. Am I missing somewhere on there?
Well, it should have been probably discussed up at the topic at the top.
I was gonna put it under other business right above the election of the council president.
I don't know if we needed to let public know that we're gonna be discussing that, and by putting it on the agenda. I guess I thought it would be wrapped into the item up at the top. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, we need to choose a pro tem city manager. We need to address that, because right now we don't have one.
We have a vacancy. So our charter says that we may appoint a pro tem. I don't know if you guys want time to think on it and do another meeting, or are we gonna get, or should we have notified public that we're gonna be doing something like this by putting it out there ahead of time? That's the question. just a little concerned about making sure that we have let public know that.
Well, I was
this is
looking
the
at, I was
item we're
looking
gonna
at
be
charter number 10.
Well, but I think before we go down that path, here, Mr. Mayor, before we go down that path, maybe we should decide whether or not this is legal for us to even have a discussion. Since it's not on the agenda,
Well, we need to decide who's gonna lead the city.
and then maybe we need to have another meeting, different meeting. Because we didn't.
So we're gonna wait a month.
Well, I would hope, not.
We could call a special meeting.
Absolutely. Yeah, with Jackie, if we don't know, I think we should side with caution.
Mr. Mayor, I think you have, council rules that addresses the.
So that's what I was kind of going through.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have information that I printed off, but I do have the charter. That says in the event of a city manager vacancy, if the office of city manager becomes vacant, or if the city manager is absent, oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, that's the right one. Is absent from the city or disabled, the council may designate a city manager pro tem. This is May. The city manager pro tem shall perform the duties of city manager, but may appoint or discuss a department head, dismiss a department head only with the approval of council. The term of office of the city manager pro tem ends when the city manager returns to the city or takes the office or at the pleasure of the council.
Correct.
Okay.
That was what I was referring to.
The concern is not that we can't do that. The concern is, should we have advertised to public that we're considering doing that ahead of time before we make a decision? It is not on the agenda.
Do you have the council?
I do have the council rules. It doesn't speak to vacancy, it only speaks to if she's absent or ill, or if the city manager's absent.
Right.
It does not speak to vacancy. So I think we probably should look at a special meeting. And one topic, item only, and let the public know that's something so that they are involved.
Okay, so who's gonna take care of the city? Well,
Well,
Until
we
we do
schedule
that.
it for next Tuesday.
well, I know that, but so like if somebody gets ill. So if the city manager is not able to perform their functions, we have council rules that tell us what to do.
Right, and in this case, we actually don't have a city manager anymore. We actually have a vacancy is what we have. And our charter covers that.
Right.
So we probably should have a meeting soon so that we can fill that vacancy. But I think we should let the public know.
Well, I get that, but don't you believe that we should appoint somebody to act in the name or act in the name of the city until our next special meeting?
I don't think that we have that on our agenda. I just don't think that's.
Well, I get that, but I'm just saying, if,
We probably should be discussing more a date when we could meet, so that we can put it on an agenda, let the public know that this is something we're considering doing. The charter says May.
Isaac,
Thank you. Do we need at least 7 days to publish in the paper?
We don't need to publish. We actually can have a meeting with 24-hour notice of posters hanging around town. It does not need to be published in the paper. Of course, we'll put it on our website as well.
I'm probably gonna get the term wrong, does the city's flow chart of, organizational chart cover who could,
No, we don't really have a.
I think that's not so.
Okay,
We have a flow chart. The city manager is the top person, and I think if you can appoint someone as an interim city manager, that's the next step down. Then it goes department heads across. So there, you know, we've had this before.
yeah, when Rex left, we actually. I think we waited until the next meeting and appointed you. Yeah, we didn't do it the same night. We need to let the public know. that-
No, I get that. I'm
So
just
what
trying
we
to
did
figure
the
out.
last time is we actually had an abrupt resignation. And then the following month, they appointed Karen interim city manager. Is what they.
Right,
did
but who
last
took
time.
who was running the city?
Nobody, no, I mean, everybody knows their job, we're just all kind of, I guess if there was a really big crisis, you'll get a phone call.
I was just thinking if there was something like, I'm thinking of an ICS where there's a, like the flow chart, if the city manager was to die.
Easy.
Somebody, or they're no longer here,
Mhm.
who's the one that takes care of the city when,
Now, that is covered in our policy, our handbook policy.
And that's
We
what-
have a city manager and he or she has enabled to perform their duties. Then it says the police chief will step in and do that. But it does not speak to a vacancy. Yeah,
Mr. Mayor, I'm still assistant city manager until otherwise decided by whoever. I could probably help you out during that time period till you can convene a special council meeting.
well, then I think we need to probably make a meeting on Thursday.
in the front of your binders, y'all have calendars. So are you thinking Thursday the fifth? We can advertise it tomorrow.
Thursday,
Couldn't we do tomorrow?
Oh, sorry. I
Can't go back.
what's going on with this year? So are you thinking Thursday the 12th?
If not do the 12th.
Okay,
no, I'm thinking. Today,
and on the same.
well, we need to do it sooner than later. So
Shall we
you're
shoot for
available
Monday the 16th?
I think we need to get it done this week.
Well, it's only about 3 days. Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the big chief is here already.
I have open availability, just to give a very
Okay.
ease of an answer.
So Thursday's out for you.
It is. That's okay.
Friday?
You guys can go
I'm
forward with that.
available Thursday.
I know, yeah, I'm available Thursday.
If we can also at least make a quorum, and then that fulfills the need for the meeting as well.
Yeah, we'll just need 4 of you.
I'm available.
I'm available as well. Okay. Do you guys want to do a 6 or a 7?
No, early,
Six.
earlier the better. I'm thinking, I don't know about anybody else.
6,
6,
please.
make
There.
it 6. 21. Okay, I'll advertise it, the public will have an opportunity to understand what it is the council's taking action on. And then we'll meet Thursday, the 12th at 6 P.M.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
Here we have a resolution, 2023, special resident goose population control, McCarty property.
Mr. Mayor, I believe here we have a video from. Freddie.
Let's see it here.
He's supposed to be here to come to the council and request renewal of their goose hunting ordinance that we have passed or to do that yearly. Aaron met with him today and requested Mr. McCarty was supposed to come before you to talk about the request for the variance or to give you the information, answer any questions you have regarding this resolution. We have been doing this for, I want to say 3 or 4 years now. They are required before going out and shooting, if they contact the police department, give us notice at least 24 hours prior to, and then we notify dispatch in case we get called about shooting in that area. Aside from that, I don't know if you understand, but I know Heather probably knows. Christina, do you understand why you wanted to do this?
Yes,
Okay.
and I did have a question which you might know the answer to. It sounds like they have to spoke to law enforcement. Does this allow them to do it at all times, day or night?
No, there's specific times that they can do it, and then they have to notify law enforcement.
So my question to you is, are they doing their due diligence and letting everybody know that of hunting, or do they hunt without getting previous permission?
They usually give us permission. Sometimes they come in the day of and want to do it. We're trying to be amenable, but we're pretty good about contacting us.
Any other questions?
Carla has her hand up.
Oh, okay, Carla, you have the floor.
I was just commenting in the chat that those of us on Zoom didn't get a chance to see the video. So I don't know why technology should allow screen sharing for that, but I just would have not been nice to have seen the video. Thanks.
Yeah, we failed to share it.
I failed to share it.
Where'd you?
We will email it to Carla so she can review it.
Okay. That'd be fair.
If the video was on YouTube, could you put the link in the chat and then people can?
I don't have.
If we go back to the video,
That's a good idea.
down at the bottom is.
That's what happened.
I copied it.
Yeah, you just copy the URL.
If you
Yeah, right
hit
there.
the share, or you can copy that, but if you hit the share, it comes up with the share. It goes to text.
Mayor, this is Carla. I might recommend that you just post it to the city's website as part of the meeting packet for tonight. Then anybody who would be interested could see it.
Another good idea.
Yeah, we can put it right on the meeting page.
Yeah, we'll definitely take that advisement and be able to do that so that everyone will have the opportunity to see that video. Thank you very much.
I have nothing further, you wanna entertain the resolution?
Yeah, that's where we're at for the next. Does anybody wish to,
I move to approve the resolution 1-2023, a resolution to establish a special candidate use taking in specific areas under the supervision of landowner on tax lot 407 of Morrow County tax map 4N2516 and tax lot 101 of Morrow County tax map 4N2521 and repealing resolution 16-2021.
I have a motion? Do I hear a second? Thanks. Is there any discussion that you'd like to have concerning this?
I do have a question. If they extend the snow goose season, so is this under any goose season that he's asking us?
It's under the general.
General goose season, so if they have a special extension for snow goose, because that's really where the problem lies. Unfortunately, the field only gets hunted for dark geese, they don't hunt for snows. But, so my question is, if they extend the snow goose season, are we going to extend that automatically, or do we have to revisit that?
This will go for the entire year, calendar year.
Okay. So as long as it's legal to hunt at night.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions for discussion? Okay, so having here none, we'll take a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? So this resolution will pass. So we're to the point now where other business, we're gonna elect a council president. And so I have a person that I wish to nominate to be Heather Baumgartner.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion, a second. Is there anybody else who would like to?
I'd like to nominate myself.
Okay,
I'll second that.
so we have two individuals, okay? So basically, how do we want to do that? So,
So what we have is a motion and second for Heather, and we have just a motion with no second for Isaac.
Brenda.
random motion.
Okay.
Second.
We have to vote on the first motion first, and then the second motion second, and obviously, if the first one passes, then the second motion.
So I shouldn't allow so once it was second, I should not.
We probably should have addressed the
The
first
first one,
motion before we moved on, but we have to do them in that order. We
okay.
do have to do them now.
So what we'll do is, since we already know Isaac's gonna vote for himself, I would imagine, I mean, we'll just do a roll call. So we'll do a first motion, which will be Heather. We'll do a roll
Okay.
call.
Counselor Prophet,
No,
Counselor Drago,
Yes.
Counselor Williams,
No.
Counselor Baumgartner,
Yes.
Counselor Cuevas,
no.
Counselor Pettigrew.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we have 3 yeses, 3 noes, Mayor, you're the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna vote yes.
Motion passed.
Okay. So our new council president will be Heather Baumgartner. We'll go to the council appointments, which is next for CREZ 2. Been thinking about this a lot, as far as the mayor, I do believe that the mayor really needs to be on the CREZ board. The second person that needs to be on there is, I think the person who's probably most qualified for that would be Karen Pettigrew for representing the city. I just think since she's been on there, she brings a lot of history, and with people leaving and not being on the CREZ board like they used to be, and we're getting a lot of new people, I think it's very important that we have a person who's been on there from the beginning. And so that's who I think should be, who I nominate to be replacing, to be on the CREZ board. Those two people.
And alternate.
And an alternate, we do need an alternate. So,
Okay, and the way that the mayor does appointments is with council approval.
that's what we're talking about,
Yeah.
that's why we're having that discussion.
These will all have to be votes. So that we have council approval.
Say
I
what?
mean, we will all have to do first and seconds on all of them, so.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you knew that.
All right, so I'll just make the motion that, I move that I, myself, Mayor Kiefer, and Karen Pettigrew be, on the CREZ board.
And an alternate.
Yes, I thought do we want to get the alternate now?
I would recommend doing it all on the CREZ too.
Right, under CREZ too.
Right, that's your agenda item, that's what you're at.
Right, but I thought we'd maybe do a different one for the alternate.
That's fine, just make sure we do it under. the
Because we need to
CREZ.
have, for CREZ two, we need to have an alternate.
Do you have one that you want to put in your motion?
Anybody want to be an alternate?
I was the alternate last time, I'm willing to.
Okay, so I'll put Isaac in there.
And would you like to make that part of your motion?
Yes, I'll amend that motion that it be Paul Kiefer, Aaron Pettigrew, and Isaac as the alternate to represent the city of Boardman.
I'll second.
Okay, so we're at the point now where we need to have discussion on this. Having here no discussion, we need to vote on it. Let's do a roll call, please.
Certainly. Council Prophet,
Yes.
Councilor Drago,
Yes.
Councilor Williams,
Yes.
Councilor Baumgartner,
Yes.
Councilor Cuevas,
Yes.
Councilor Pettigrew,
Yes.
Mayor Kiefer,
Yes.
motion passed 7-0.
So we have Dresden, the NEACT. That is what is the NEACT?
It's Northeast Oregon, Northeast Act Committee, it's a transportation, it's NODOT. Committee.
So does anybody wish to volunteer for that? Or is that what you want to, would like
I
to do
would
that?
do that, so.
You would like to do, is there anybody who would like to challenge that from Karen? Take that away? She volunteers for that. You have it.
All right.
I still think you have to take formal action.
Do we really need to vote on all these?
Yeah, it says for appointments, it's gotta be with the consent of the council, not consensus. I looked it up, it's a different term. We can't just do consensus.
Copy that.
Okay.
So. You have it. When you push.
That's an old one, I'm so sorry, I apologize.
All right, I move that Karen will be the representative for the NEACT.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And we're looking for somebody for the loop.
I'll do it.
The loop? Yeah. All right. I'll second that. That would be easy. So, Isaac will be, I guess I probably should probably say it correctly. I move that Isaac be appointed to the loop.
I second that.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? Okay, so that takes care of the appointments. Date for the annual retreat. I know we were talking about the date earlier.
So, Mr. Mayor, if I can, we would try like to schedule the retreat for the 28th of January, which is a Saturday. And we were trying to start early in the morning, I believe about 8, and go until 11:30ish.
What's everybody's schedule looking like on the 28th? Is that a fishing day?
Please fit on that one.
That works for me.
Works for me.
Works for me.
It works for me because I leave at 11:30, so.
And we can do that by consensus.
So we will try to provide breakfast in the morning. Do we want to do it at the senior center or do it here?
It would be here. It's not a senior center.
It's not a senior
breakfast
center.
day.
So we would try to provide you with some just items for the
Are
meeting.
you cooking?
You don't want me to. cook.
So the goal is from 8 to 11:30. And then, okay. All right, so it says, so we're gonna go for the 28th of January, is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Is it gonna be all in here or is it gonna be in, we use the Boston Red Room?
We probably want to go to, we'll do everything here.
Okay. Just so in case people are interested.
Okay.
Okay, so we got update bank signers.
I need you to update the bank signers only to have Leslie Pearson removed as a signer, since she's no longer a city councilor. And so I need a motion, a second, and for all of you to approve that. Karen's already a signer, so we don't have to add anybody new. The same with Junior and Isaac. They're already signers, so we don't have to add anybody. I just need a motion to have Leslie removed as a signer from all our bank accounts.
I move to remove Leslie Pearson as the signer from all bank accounts for the city of Boardman.
I'll second.
Leaving as signers Paul Kiefer, Heather Baumgartner, Christine Webb, Wade Rigo Jr., Karen Pettigrew, Brendan Prophet, and Isaac Williams.
I will second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so that carries. Appoint 23-24 budget officer.
If you would like me to do your budget for next year. I ask that you appoint me again this year as your budget officer.
I would move that we make Martha the budget officer for the 2023-24 budget.
I second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So, thank you, Marta. The approval of the 23-24 budget calendar.
In your packet, you have the proposed budget calendar for the 2023-2024 fiscal year. So these dates we kind of pick so that we have enough time to fulfill all of the publication requirements, and so that we have a budget that has gone through the budget committee and be able to present it to city council for final adoption to meet all of the deadlines so that we can continue business come July 1st. So please look at the meeting dates. May 16th would be our main date for the meeting of the budget committee. And then we always have a second date that's tentatively scheduled in case the meeting runs too long, there's a lot of questions, just in case. So once again, we can get it published and notified timely. So if this calendar works for you, I ask for your approval with a motion.
I move to accept the budget calendar as displayed.
Seconded.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? So we're gonna go to the reappointment of Budget Committee member Alejandra Mendoza, term ending December 31st, 2025.
Just.
This is for reappointment.
Yes, for a reappointment.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we reappoint Alejandro Mendoza to the Budget Committee.
I'd like to second that.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? So we're gonna go to the reappointment of planning commissioners. Jacob Kane, term ending December 31st, 2025, and Jennifer Layton, term ending December 31st, 2025.
I'd like to move that we reappoint Jacob Kane and Jennifer Layton for the terms ending December 31st, 2025.
And I'll second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. We got a shotgun blast there. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So now we're down to the appointment of a planning commissioner. We have one vacancy, term ending December 31st, 2025. We have Jamie, is it Carberry? Carberry and Mike Connell. Did I say that right, Connell? So we have two individuals and we need to select one.
Well, I'd like to nominate Mike Connell for the position as on the planning commission.
I'll say.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No opposed. So, Mike? Yes, sir. You are it. You have been selected. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reports, correspondence, please report.
So everybody should have in their packet a copy of the December month-end police report. As you notice, over the year, we've been extremely busy. I'm told we had over 600 cases, which is a record for our agency. We've definitely been keeping busy. We're a little short-handed right now, but hopefully we'll have this incident resolved soon and have everybody back on the road. Fortunately, nobody was injured within the agency or outside the agency. I will be trying to do my annual report, but that'll take a couple months to compile all the data, get it put it into this format and get it printed. But as soon as we do that, we'll bring that before the council. I did send two officers, Captain Dieter and Officer Brandon, to a extremely good praise training civilian response to active shooter events. We teach that class free to our local community, especially our businesses, at no cost to them. This is a train the trainer. They did a long trip. It was in Pocatello, Idaho, so it's about 8 hours. No charge for the class, just the cost of them driving down with some lodging. So they got back, they were extremely happy with the content of the class and are now certified to training the trainer. That's about all I can go into right now, unless anybody has any questions.
Any questions in regards to the police report? Comments?
Thank you.
Building department report.
So I think you can see in your packet, we're still busy. It sounds like it is slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, we're slowing down a little bit. I think it has to do with the interest rate going up. As soon as we saw that happening, we saw the houses slow down. Leslie was there, she could speak to that, but, I do have several permits sitting on the back table, just waiting to be purchased. They're ready to go. And I am told by at least one developer they're gonna get going again. So you can see our numbers are, pretty close to what they were last year. I think actually we sold 4 permits less than last year, so. Pretty confident, yeah.
They stay pretty busy on the building department, as you can see.
Well, that's exciting. Anybody have any questions as far as the building department? Public Works Department.
Attached is the Public Works Department report. Kevin is here. Do you want to talk about your report at all?
No, not have any questions.
Anyone have any questions?
Question. I don't know. What is the project going on at the lift station on Columbia Avenue by the garden?
It's going through the rebuild, we're getting the new pumps.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Seems to be going in the right direction.
yeah.
Good.
Supposed to start up, I think the 31st of this month, I think, is the start up date.
And that's all new pumps, new motors, new generator,
Not a new generator.
not a new generator.
Just new-
Have we had problems with the generator in the past? No.
No.
And
Thank you.
that's all part of our current wastewater expansion and upgrade that we went out and got along. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, the other part is that when they're doing this, new expansion, they find that the piping that comes out of the building and goes down into the dry well had started to deteriorate a lot. And so now we're going to have to replace that piping. And that will be a change order for us, but luckily we're lucky that it lasted and because we hadn't done that at all down in lift station 1. And so, with lift station 2, while we've got it open and stuff, it's nice that they found it and they will, and they, when it was put in, they just used tar to coat the piping, and now they have really good epoxy paint that they will put on, and so it should last us a lot longer than.
Is that because it's a 90-degree that it creates?
It was the gas, I've forgotten the name of the gas, but whatever kind of gas was deteriorating that, yeah, and so.
Thank you, Karen. Are there any committee reports? Okay. I don't think we have any committee reports. So we'll go to city manager report.
Well, I believe she sent out a letter.
Yes, you did.
I would ask that if she has anything she would like to add on that report, since she's the one that wrote the report, I can speak on some of it, but it'd probably make more sense coming from her, so.
Well, the only thing I forgot to add on here was that, we were planning on hosting the small cities meeting here in Boardman on the 18th. And they've decided that since the legislature is meeting, that they want to stay in Salem, and so we'll do it on video, and so we don't have to do anything. And so we don't have to be hostess and you can't show our town off, so. But we'll do that next time.
Thank you, Karen.
Council reports, any council reports? Anybody would like to share anything as far as council?
So I had a lot of comment on how quickly the city picked up the live Christmas trees this year. people in the room that they put them out, and before they even turned around and came back out, they were already gone, so kudos to the city for getting the Christmas trees picked up in a prompt fashion.
Well, and Kevin's team, you're picking it up on a regular basis, so once they
Yeah.
see them, they get.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from the public, it's like they literally, they set it down, turn around, walk in the house, come back out, it's gone, so it's like they're sitting around watching. That's good, thank you.
Anyone else have a comment as counselors?
Can I say something?
No.
I just want to make a comment to, the high school students that came today. I know some of you may have been required to be here, but I hope that, you had a good experience. I think it was very, there's very topics that were covered, and so, I hope it was worthwhile experience. I hope, that we have encouraged you to continue, education. And, you know, we're looking for a city manager and down the road, that could be you. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for coming.
Mr. Reyes.
Yes.
It was pointed out, that, our public works director, Kevin Kennedy, will be here 26 years this month. So that's a pretty good tenure for the city, and we sure appreciate it.
Friday.
Friday?
Thank you, Kevin.
Yes.
Yes.
It's good having tenured employees within your organization, and so we thank him for his years of service and the hard work that they do.
Thanks, Tony. So since you can't speak, you can always text me next time. So the mayor talk, I'm gonna piggyback right on what Councilor Cuevas said. Thank you, high school students. I don't know, did either make you come?
Senior requirement.
Senior required, are you the advisor?
No, but they did say if faculty could go to make sure that they stay the whole time.
So, I just would like to point out, you don't have to be perfect to do a position like this, to be elected in your community. Talking from the heart, you just have to love your community, be involved in your community. Listen to your people, listen to your constituents, try to do your best. Even if you do try to do your best and you try not to hurt people's feelings, you're always gonna hurt somebody's feelings. Somebody is always not gonna like it. And if this guy, Mr. Keeper, can come up here and try his best and try to make the city of Boardman better, that's my goal. And if I can do it, you can do it. And if that is something you want to do to give back to your community and your goal, have a goal, I never thought I would be asking to be elected as mayor at the age of, 53. I didn't think I would do that. It was a goal. But it is one of the most enjoyable experiences I've ever had outside of teaching school. It's giving back to your community, trying to make the city better that I live in. And if you ever have a goal to do that, keep that as a goal, because it could always happen at the most different time, or the most, I don't know what the word would be, inconvenient times. And you just make that, it just falls into your lap, and yes, I'll do it. So thank you for coming. I enjoy it when the high school comes. I remember when my son did it as well, and he was a senior way back in the 2000s. And I think it was Chet Phillips that was the mayor. And they had a committee and they did some things. And so kudos to you for coming. Get involved in your city, have a voice, share your concerns. Don't be silent. You want to make your city better? Find people to talk to, get support for it, and you can make a difference. And I'll be done preaching.
Excuse me,
Yes,
is the requirement still to have their agenda signed by the mayor?
yeah,
Okay, so there's a job for you.
yeah, they told me at the beginning of the meeting. There was a lot more going on at that time, so you missed that one. But yes, I will sign it. So having none, this meeting is adjourned.